According to a report from the Daily Mail, that's why Diddy had a breakdown. A person close to him apparently said, quote, spending the holidays behind
federal prisoner who served time at 11 institutions of various security levels in 5 different states, and he now advises people who are about to go to prison. Same information? Are they saying it was possible?
What if I told you that one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, the man behind countless hits in a billion-dollar empire, might not have been so powerful behind bars? A former inmate has stepped forward with shocking revelations about Sean Diddy Combs' time in prison. These are details that no one, not even his closest fans, could have imagined. Diddy has built a reputation as a mogul who dominates every room he enters, from boardrooms to red carpets. But prison isn't like the outside world. It's a place where power is earned in entirely different ways, and status means little to those fighting for survival. According to an ex-prisoner who served time alongside him, Diddy's experience in lockup was nothing like his lavish, high-profile life. From rumors of relentless daily attacks to whispers of deals struck for safety, these claims paint a dark and unexpected picture. And the question everyone is asking, was Diddy's celebrity status a weapon or a target behind bars? This isn't just a story about life in prison, it's a revelation that could shatter the polished image we've all come to know. Stay tuned as we unravel the shocking details, the inmate's account, and the side of Diddy that most people never knew existed. By the end of this video, you'll see how life behind bars stripped away the glitz and glamour to reveal a reality far more chilling. Sean Diddy Combs has been no stranger to controversy throughout his career, but one of the darkest chapters came when he faced legal troubles that landed him in prison. While his polished public image portrays a savvy businessman and music mogul, the circumstances that led to his incarceration revealed cracks in that facade. Rewind to the late 2000s, a time when Diddy was riding high on his fame. But then came the incident that shocked the public, a nightclub shooting in New York City. While Diddy maintained his innocence, allegations swirled about his involvement, with accusations of possessing an illegal firearm and bribery charges making headlines. Although the details of the case were murky, the media frenzy was anything but. Fans were divided, with some defending him as a victim of his environment, while others questioned whether his fame allowed him to dodge harsher consequences. Eventually, a conviction led to his time behind bars, a place where his influence and celebrity status would be put to the ultimate test. But here's the thing, the courtroom drama was just the beginning. In prison, everything changes. Behind those bars, the playing field is level, and what happens to celebrities like Diddy often goes untold. Was his fame a shield, or did it make him an even bigger target? Dramatic question. What really happened when the spotlight dimmed and he was left to navigate a world ruled by survival rather than success? That's where the real story begins, and it's a side of Diddy you've never seen before. Prison isn't a world of private jets and luxury suites. It's a relentless, unforgiving environment where survival often comes down to power dynamics and alliances. For Sean Diddy Combs, the transition from multi-million-dollar mansions to a cramped cell was a stark contrast. Reports suggest that his celebrity status, far from offering protection, made him an instant target. Imagine walking into a place where respect is earned through intimidation, reputation, or sheer physical strength. In this world, Diddy's fame and wealth didn't guarantee him safety. In fact, they painted a bullseye on his back. According to prison insiders, Diddy's arrival wasn't met with awe, but with hostility. To the other inmates, he wasn't a music mogul. He was just another prisoner, stripped of his entourage and status. Whispers circulated that some inmates wanted to test him, viewing him as an easy way to gain notoriety within the prison hierarchy. Within days, rumors spread that Diddy faced verbal taunts, threats, and even physical altercations. The man who was untouchable on the outside suddenly found himself fighting to prove he could hold his own on the inside. The shocking details of Diddy's prison life come from someone who was there to witness it all, a former inmate who has recently come forward with their story. According to this individual, Diddy's time in prison was far from the cushy celebrity experience some might imagine. The ex-prisoner alleges that Diddy's struggles went beyond the expected challenges of prison life. From relentless harassment to rumors of forced alliances for survival, the story they tell paints a picture of a man pushed to his limits. What makes these claims even more compelling is the ex-prisoner's insight into how Diddy navigated this harsh new reality? Did he succumb to the pressures, or did he fight back in ways the public has never seen? These are the questions that demand answers as we uncover the shocking truth of what life was really like for Diddy behind bars. From the moment Sean Diddy Combs entered the prison system, his celebrity status marked him as different, and for many inmates, different meant vulnerable. According to the ex-prisoner's testimony, it didn't take long for Diddy to become a target. Whether it was jealousy, a desire to prove dominance, or simply the chance to gain attention by challenging a high-profile figure, Diddy reportedly faced hostility at every turn. One of the earliest incidents described by the ex-prisoner involved a confrontation in the prison yard. The ex-prisoner claims that a group of inmates verbally taunted Diddy, making derogatory comments about his fame and questioning his toughness. When Diddy reportedly tried to ignore them, the tension escalated. Although prison guards intervened before the situation could spiral out of control, the moment set the tone for what would become a pattern of harassment. The most shocking accounts involve allegations of physical attacks. In one incident, the ex-prisoner alleges that Diddy was ambushed in the shower area, an infamous hotspot for confrontations due to its lack of surveillance. While the details remain vague, the ex-prisoner described the attack as relentless, stating that Diddy was left bruised and shaken. The incident reportedly shocked even seasoned inmates, many of whom viewed such acts as crossing an unwritten line. Another chilling account centers on a confrontation in the mess hall. According to the ex-prisoner, an argument over seating escalated into a full-blown altercation, with Diddy being shoved and surrounded by several inmates. The ex-prisoner claims that while Diddy attempted to stand his ground, he was ultimately outnumbered and had to be escorted out by guards to prevent further escalation. These incidents were not just frightening, they were unprecedented. Even in an environment known for its roughness, the sheer boldness of targeting someone as high profile as Diddy reportedly left other inmates stunned. The ex-prisoner described these moments as proof that fame means nothing here, and claimed that some inmates viewed Diddy's struggles as a form of entertainment or a way to establish their own reputations. The ex-prisoner suggests that these attacks weren't just isolated events, but part of a broader pattern of harassment that defined Diddy's time behind bars. They believe these moments revealed a side of the music mogul that the public never sees, a man stripped of his usual resources and forced to confront his vulnerability in one of the harshest environments imaginable. For someone accustomed to being in control, the prison environment was a complete reversal of Diddy's usual life. According to the ex-prisoner, Diddy's initial response to the hostility was one of calculated restraint. He reportedly avoided confrontation at first, hoping his fame might serve as a deterrent, but as the attacks and harassment continued, it became clear that he needed a different approach. In an environment where weakness is exploited, Diddy allegedly began employing a mix of strategies to navigate the harsh realities of prison life. Rumors suggest that Diddy leveraged his wealth to secure protection. The ex-prisoner claims that he paid certain influential inmates, often referred to as shot callers, to act as his guardians. These individuals reportedly used their clout within the prison to warn others against targeting Diddy. However, this strategy came at a cost, both financially and in terms of respect. Some inmates viewed it as a sign of weakness, further fueling animosity. Diddy also reportedly tried to forge alliances with other inmates, focusing on those who had similar high-profile experiences. The ex-prisoner alleges that Diddy's charm and business acumen allowed him to form a small network of allies who offered him guidance and, in some cases, backup during tense situations. This move, while strategic, didn't go unnoticed by others who saw it as favoritism or manipulation. In what the ex-prisoner described as a turning point, Diddy reportedly decided he could no longer rely solely on others for his safety. In one confrontation, when a group of inmates cornered him in the recreation area, Diddy allegedly stood his ground, refusing to back down despite the odds. While details of the incident remain unclear, this bold move reportedly shocked onlookers and momentarily earned him a sliver of respect among certain inmates. Diddy's strategies extended beyond physical survival. The ex-prisoner claims that he used his sharp mind and persuasive skills to gain an edge. In one instance, Diddy allegedly talked his way out of a potentially violent situation by invoking his celebrity connections and the possibility of favors once released. While some inmates were skeptical, others were reportedly swayed by the promises, giving him some breathing room. Perhaps the most surprising aspect of Diddy's time in prison was his adaptability. Despite the initial struggles, he allegedly began to navigate the unspoken rules of prison life with the precision of a chess master. The ex-prisoner described it as watching someone rebuild their empire on a much smaller, grittier scale. From turning certain enemies into allies to allegedly orchestrating trades and favors that gave him leverage, Diddy's strategies left many inmates astonished. It was a side of him that even his harshest critics hadn't anticipated. A man who, when stripped of his wealth and fame, still managed to wield influence in one of the toughest environments imaginable. But these strategies came with a price. Did Diddy truly win the respect of his fellow inmates? Or did his actions further isolate him in an already hostile environment? And how much of his prison persona was a performance designed to protect himself in a world that thrives on survival of the fittest? The individual revealing these shocking details is no random outsider. According to reports, the ex-prisoner served time in the same facility as Diddy and interacted with him on several occasions. This wasn't someone observing from a distance. They claimed to have been present during pivotal moments and privy to Diddy's most vulnerable times. Their account is detailed, specific, and corroborates certain known aspects of Diddy's incarceration, lending credibility to their story. The ex-prisoner stated that they decided to come forward to reveal the untold reality of celebrity life behind bars. They claim it's not about malice or fame, but rather about shedding light on the extreme pressures that high-profile individuals face in an environment that spares no one. Their perspective is unique, offering an insider's view of how Diddy adapted or struggled to the challenges of prison life. One of the most unexpected revelations is how Diddy allegedly struggled emotionally during his early days in prison. According to the ex-prisoner, the man known for his cool, unflappable demeanor appeared visibly shaken by the sudden loss of control over his environment. They describe moments where Diddy reportedly isolated himself, avoiding unnecessary interactions to prevent escalating tensions. The ex-prisoner also highlighted Diddy's surprising ability to negotiate in dire circumstances. They allege that Diddy often used his charm and business acumen to strike deals with both inmates and staff. Whether it was trading favors or leveraging outside connections, Diddy reportedly found creative ways to avoid the worst situations. One inmate supposedly remarked, "He's not just a mogul in the music industry, he knows how to survive anywhere." Despite these strategies, the ex-prisoner paints a picture of a man who wasn't invincible. They claim that Diddy's attempts to navigate prison life often backfired, with some inmates growing resentful of what they perceived as special treatment. One particularly shocking allegation is that Diddy occasionally paid a heavy price for his fame, enduring mockery and harassment from inmates who sought to break his confidence. Another surprising detail is how Diddy allegedly forged alliances with unlikely figures in the prison hierarchy. According to the ex-prisoner, Diddy aligned himself with individuals who held sway over certain parts of the facility. While these alliances helped him navigate the system, they also sparked tension among other inmates who questioned his motives. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping claim from the ex-prisoner involves an alleged confrontation that could have turned deadly. While specifics remain vague for legal reasons, the ex-prisoner alleges that Diddy's negotiation skills and quick thinking diffused a volatile situation that had the entire prison buzzing. This incident reportedly shifted some inmates' perception of Diddy, earning him reluctant respect from those who initially targeted him. The ex-prisoner's revelations go beyond the physical altercations and alliances. They describe a man grappling with the emotional toll of incarceration, someone who struggled to reconcile his larger-than-life public persona with the harsh realities of prison. This version of Diddy, as described by the ex-prisoner, was vulnerable, resourceful, and determined to survive against all odds. These revelations beg the question, was Diddy's time in prison a story of resilience and adaptation, or did it reveal cracks in the carefully constructed image of a man who seemed untouchable? As the ex-prisoner's story continues to spread, the world is left wondering just how much of Diddy's true self was exposed behind bars. Diddy's journey from red carpets to prison cells raises questions that go beyond his personal story. How does a world built on fame and fortune crumble behind steel bars? And more importantly, what lessons does it hold for a society that often places celebrities on pedestals?